So Anthony, just to obviously quickly run through everything that we have already spoken to you about, you want to change your vehicle that you've got at the moment. You've currently got a Kodiaq, haven't you? And you're looking at changing it to a Kodiaq because of a couple of different reasons. One being you're now taking up golf, and the other one being that you've had a promotion at work. That's correct, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Fantastic. So you also mentioned to me about your long drives that you and your partner go on. Just remind me of her name again. I forgot.
Jill.
Fantastic. So normally when you and Jill go out, do you normally both do the driving, or is it mainly just yourself?
Mainly Jill, to be fair.
Mainly Jill. Now, do you ever normally drive the vehicle?
Sometimes, but predominantly her at weekends.
Fair enough. So for example, if you were to jump in the vehicle, because all Kodiaqs come with a minimum of 2 keys.
Right.
Now what we can do for you is when you do pick the vehicle up, we can actually set both of these keys, one for yourself and one for Jill.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we'll set the keys, so Jill will have key number 1, let's say.
Yeah.
She can jump into the car, set her seat into the position that she's happy with.
Okay.
And then when she jumps in it, the seat will automatically move for her.
Yeah.
When you jump in it, because you're going to go play golf on a Sunday afternoon, you can jump in it, unlock the key with yours, the seat will move back, and then it'll be nice and comfy for her as well, okay?
Sounds good.
Now the other thing that you did mention was obviously your long journeys and everything like that.
Yeah.
All of these vehicles as standard do come with cruise control. Now, I'm presuming cruise control is something that you're going to be interested in, aren't you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, just before I go and show you around the vehicle, what I would like to do with you is just confirm that I do have the correct email address on our system, because obviously I know we've gone through the specification on the iPad, but obviously we always like to send our digital engagement to customers. So can I just confirm that your email address is Anthony and Jill Evans at yahoo.co.uk, is that correct?
It is. That's
fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll get that all sent across to you.
Yeah.
So if you'd just like to follow me to the vehicle, we can obviously have a look around it, okay?
Okay.
Fantastic. So one of the main key features for me that I do like on the Sportline, regarding any other one in particular, is the body kit that you do get as standard with this car.
Okay.
So as you can see, the first sort of main things that attract you to the vehicle is the really large painted grille.
Yeah.
For me, it suits the car really, really well. The nice gloss black finish ties it in really nicely with the grille area as well, and gives it that really strong stance on the road compared to other vehicles, okay?
Okay.
The other thing as well is really, really clever, is obviously these vehicles have front sensors, which for yourself might be alright, but you never know for Jill, with it being a bit smaller, if she can't necessarily judge that wall in front of her, the front sensors will be fantastic for her, okay?
Okay.
The sensors are actually painted into the, sorry, not painted, they're obviously inside the front grille there, but because they're black and everything, it all suits it and ties it in really, really well.
Yeah.
Now again, one of the main features of obviously having Sportline is the fact that you do get the 20-inch alloy wheels, which for me set the car off really, really well, give it a really strong stance on the road and make it really, really good. If you'd just like to follow me to the driver's seat, just quickly point out to you what I was mentioning in regards to the driver profiles that we have. So a driver's profile is something that we would set up for you, and it incorporates with something called Skoda Connect. So when you do pick this vehicle up, we'll have Skoda Connect already set up for you. I'll download an application on your phone and run through everything with you. The great thing about Skoda Connect is you can preset places you'd like to go to for sat-nav. So if you are going somewhere new for golfing, you can set that in and stuff like that. As well as stuff like that, is you can do your mileage tracking and everything like that and stuff. So for example, if you have got to go somewhere for work, for a conference meeting, you can track how many miles it's taking you to get there, so you can work out your petrol and stuff like that for you as well, okay?
Yeah, good.
One thing I wanted to quickly show you, before I do have you sit in the vehicle for me, is just how easy it is to actually manoeuvre these seats forward and back. All through 3 different styles that you do have there. You've got your lumbar support, front and back support, and your angle of your seat and how you sit.
Yeah.
And then all you need to do, so when Jill sits in the car first, you press set, press number 1, and it's all nice and sorted out for her as well. Okay?
Yeah.
If you'd just like to quickly sit in the car for me, just obviously show you some of the key features that I find really, really good in this vehicle. For me, it's the seats to start with. How does it feel as a seat towards yourself? Do you feel nice and supported in the vehicle?
Yeah, it's got nice support.
Fantastic.
Definitely.
Now for me, one of the main things that I always need in a vehicle is heated seats. It's something that a lot of my customers do have a benefit of having, simply because people have bad backs and stuff like that. Having a heated seat is fantastic for that. Obviously this is your automatic, which I know you have already spoken about, is because you're having knee replacement in the next year or so, or having an automatic is something that is a main priority to you now, isn't it? That's correct?
It is, yeah.
Fantastic. When is your knee surgery booked in for?
Next week.
Next week, no worries at all, fantastic. Following on from that, obviously you've got a virtual cockpit in this car. Now I know you didn't have that in your other one,
No.
but it's really easy to use and see. It's very similar to how your analog display was in your Kodiaq, but it's all digital now.
Yeah.
Makes it nice and clear for you and everything like that. It's a great feature that I think that they have added to the vehicles. And of course, the good thing about it is where your virtual cockpit is as well, you can also put your navigation on there. So instead of when you are driving along, you're not looking towards your left where your navigation is.
Yeah.
It's a quick glance down to see that for the next 200 yards, turn left, and that's how it works. It's really good from that side of things.
Yeah.
If you just like to jump out of the vehicle for me, if you don't mind. One of the best things that I do find on the Sportlines
Yeah.
is you've got an electric tailgate, okay?
Yeah.
Now, just before I do show you the electric tailgate, you do have an option of just using the button there to
Yeah.
flip the electric tailgate open.
Okay.
Now, for me, I think it's a fantastic feature that they do have on them, as well as having the virtual pedal. Now, are you aware of what a virtual pedal is?
Not really, mate.
Okay, so, for example, you've just been play golf, it's chucking it down with rain, you've carried all your stuff, right, and you can't find your keys because they're buried in the bottom of the bag somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
The great thing about the virtual pedal is if you just go towards it and your keys are close to you, you can dangle your foot like that and the boot will open. Obviously
Okay.
this one hasn't got it, that's why it's not worked.
Yeah.
But, to give you an idea as such, the boot space that you do get in these Kodiaqs is fantastic. And
Yeah.
the other good thing about it is that row of seats there will also fold down and you've got quite a really flat flush display between all of your seats. So you've
Yeah.
got all the boot space that you're going to need for your tip runs, for your golfing and everything like that for you as well.
Right.
Now another great feature is these boots are actually adjustable. So Jill's obviously a little bit shorter than yourself. If she's unable to reach that sort of height, you can actually lower that down for her, which is a great feature. But if you do that, you're gonna have to bear in mind you don't bang your head on it, because if you lift it up one day when you've come back from shopping and it's set here for her, you can headbutt it. So just bear that in mind, okay? Have you got any grandchildren?
Yeah. See.
You've got 3 grandchildren, fantastic. So if you'd just like to open the second door for me, just wanted to obviously quickly show to you how much space that you do actually get in the back of the Kodiaq.
Okay.
The seats themselves, obviously you've got your 3 bench seats there, you've got a couple of ISO fixed points here, just that side and that side as well.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you do get seat 6 and 7, which is always going to be a great thing for you.
Yeah.
For example, if you take your 3 grandchildren and a couple of mates
Yeah.
to football on a Sunday, stuff like that, if you get roped into doing something like that, you've always got that benefit.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to do before we go any further
Yeah.
is offer you a test drive. Would that be something that you would be interested in? Because I have got one on site for you as well to test drive.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. If you'd just like to take a quick seat back at my desk,
Yeah.